It's always an honor to be here. Um, to be here, be voted by the fans once again, to be a part of All-Star Weekend. It's going to be a great weekend, and for us to be able to honor Kobe Bryant and his legacy, and it's just it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. Even in loss, it's a beautiful time. So just happy to be a part of this weekend. Huh? Nah, I don't believe in pressure. If you work on your craft and you dedicate yourself to your craft, then whatever happens happens. So I'm not a one to believe in pressure much. How you doing? I just think it's always important just to give back to the youth. You guys are our future. You guys have beautiful minds, spirit, energy is always high, and I was a young kid growing up in the inner city with not much resources, not much help. So for me to be able to be in a position I am today, to be able to give back, to not only to my hometown, but go across all over the world and inspire people and inspire kids and inspire the youth, I think it's just as important as what I do on the basketball floor. I always appreciate it. It's the game that I love. It's the game that I fell in love with when I was a little boy. So for me to be a part of All-Star Weekend, here with all the fans all around the world that we have that support our beautiful game, I never take this moment for granted.
LeBron, last Tuesday, your fan from Mexico.
Hold on. I already respected Frank just from a competitive standpoint and be on the opposite end when I was in Miami competing versus Indiana Pacers teams. So you saw how they were always prepared. They was dedicated to their game plan. They were always ready for our matchups every time we played them, the battles that we had versus those teams he had in Indiana. So didn't need to have a level of respect because it was already there from the jump.
Last Tuesday, your friends from Mexico City went out to take tacos in your honor. This is a proof of that. They are celebrating this special for you. What message will you send them to Mexico?
Not only everywhere. Not only Mexico, but all my fans everywhere. Not so close, please. My fans all over the world. I just try to give back to them by to continue to inspire them. And like I said, I'm happy to be here. Say that again. Well, by the commissioner allowing the actual week to happen, with that change, it definitely has helped out a lot. Not only for the guys that is not a part of All-Star Weekend, but for the guys that are part of it. So I try to find at least a couple of days to kind of decompress and get away from the game. Obviously, when you come to All-Star Weekend, basketball is going to be the main thing and the main thing only. It's what you hear, it's what you see every day. And we dedicate to this weekend for not only for ourselves and our family, but for the fans. So after, I don't know, I'll try to find a couple of days after All-Star, after Sunday, to kind of get away from the game, try to freshen back up and get ready for the last run of the regular season. We know that he's watching over us, and it's our responsibility to just represent the purple and gold, not only for him but for all the greats, everybody that's ever come through the Lake Show. So I really don't want to sit up here and talk about it too much. It's a very, very sensitive subject, but he's with us every day. Just embrace it. If you have his family with him, Let them enjoy it. Let them go around, see pretty much everything. It's not a promise that you'll be here next year. But the way he's playing, he'll probably be here a lot, I think. But I mean, embrace it because like I said, I'm a guy who always kind of live in the moment. I don't think about tomorrow because it's not promised, and the only thing I can worry about is today and how much I can make of an impact in today. And so, embrace it, have fun. It's a great weekend. It's a lot of things to do, not only for yourself, but also for your family, and enjoy it. Yeah, he was back when he came back after the first retirement. Oh, it was a very joyous moment for my community, for myself, for my friends. Just having the greatest basketball player ever. Coming back playing the game. I needed that inspiration. Growing up in the inner city, it's like I kind of like lost a superhero when he retired. Someone that I kind of needed to help me, some way somehow, even though he didn't know it. Along with some other athletes and people, but it was incredible. It was so exciting when he said when he was coming back, and obviously, the basketball world and everybody else that loved him and loved the sport was ecstatic about it as well. No, I literally just got here. I literally just got off the plane and showed up to see y'all. I don't know. I have no idea what my schedule is today. There's a couple things on. I don't know. I'm here for you guys right now, and I don't know if I'm gonna do anything else today after this. But I have no idea. Is huh? I don't know. I mean, how can you be a bad GM when you're picking 24 of the best players in the world? Um, Being part of Team USA has always been fun. I mean, it's always like just to represent the United States of America, that red, white, and blue is such a pride thing. So, obviously with my name being one of the names in the list of players that just came out not too long ago, just an honor even to be mentioned. To be mentioned, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, I got a long season. Hopefully, still left with the Lake Show. So we'll tackle that after the season. Um, I mean, I don't know. I can speak for myself personally. I think just having a voice, having a control over your own narrative, um, being passionate about what you believe in, no matter if other people don't approve of it or disapprove of it. So, for me, it was never just about basketball for me. I know, my inspiration, and I know how many more people that I inspire that don't even play the game of basketball. So I just felt like I could give so much more than just, I guess, dribbling a basketball, And so I just try to continue to inspire the youth, inspire as many people as I can all over the world, make an impact as much as I can, and then live with the results after that. So I appreciate that question, though. My biggest obstacle in Akron? Oh, leaving Akron. As you said? Oh, my biggest obstacle in leaving Akron is leaving my family. Leaving my family and my friends that I grew up with my whole life. That's always the biggest obstacle. And then, leaving my kids, that's in my foundation. Not being able to see them all the time on the regular, even though I get, daily and weekly updates and videos and photos and things of that nature. It's still tough, when you're not seeing your kids in your school or you're not seeing your friends and all that. So you guys make it a lot easier for me, I tell you that. Favorite Chicago food? I don't know. I don't really have a favorite Chicago food. My favorite Chicago artist. Oh my God, that's a good one. A bunch. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. As a friend of mine, I respect what he do. I love his craft, and that's it.
Now, people are going to mention your name in 20, 30 years. What do you hope they're going to say about what you have accomplished off and on?
I don't know. I'm not done. I can't. Like I just said, I'm not one to think about 20 and 30 years from now. Tomorrow is not promised, and you got to live today. We shall see what happens, but I'm not one to think about 20, 30 years. Like I said, I'm happy to be right here in the presence of y'all and being able to answer a few questions. Um, One, try to be better than me. Use me as much as you want. Use what I do. You can use my platform. You can use my words. You can use, the inspiration that I try to give. But any way you can be great at doing what you love to do, you got to commit to it. You can't hold on. You can't want something but not put in the work. And it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, no matter what it is. It could be a professional athlete, or it could be an artist. It could be a doctor. It could be anything in the world. A president of the United States. But you got to put the work in. And I think if you put the work in, the results will happen organically. And most important, you got to find happiness too. If you're having fun, enjoying what you're doing, then it just makes it so much easier. It makes it so much easier to just like you want to do it every day because it's something that you really enjoy doing and you don't look at it as work. So best of luck to you, kid. What's your name? Max. I like Max. That's my middle child's middle name is Maximus, so I like that.
LeBron, you go back in time.
If I was to retire tomorrow and start up a YouTube channel, no, I wouldn't do that because then I would be stumping on my daughter, and I wouldn't do that. Nah, I would just join. I would see if I can join my daughter's YouTube channel and see if I can rock with her. And if she said no, daddy, then there it is. That she runs the James gang.
LeBron, if you go far back,
I was just having fun, man. Two guys that love hip hop, love music. I've been around hip hop and music my whole life. My uncle is a rapper. He introduced me to hip hop when I was like 2 years old. My favorite artist growing up was Eric B. and Rakim. I used to listen to Rakim all the time because of my uncle. So my influence of hip hop and music, obviously, you guys see me all the time in the car in my Sprinter, playing music, shouting out artists. I mean, it's just in my blood. So. And Katie, we just being together. We trained in the summertime, and we had some free time after we would do some training sessions, and we just went in the booth and just had some fun. So it was pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I mean, in the '90s, I needed more than just Mike, though. See, I mean, in the '90s, I was 8, 9, 10, up to 14 years of age, so I'm trying to find my way. I use Mike for inspiration. Ken Griffey Jr., Deion Sanders, Bo Jackson, so many different, and then some people that was just in my neighborhood. Some people that I wouldn't tell you guys about because it's not. I want to keep this kid friendly, but I use them from inspiration as well. But I think Mike was perfect for the NBA in the '90s because and he just was so inspiring. You wanted to be like him because he was a winner, and and you seen the drive in his eyes when he played the game of basketball. So, and you just try to find inspiration from people like that, and and live with it. It stays with me. Stays with me. Appreciate it though. What's crazy, David? I used to be one of the only kids in school that would actually I used to read newspapers I would read the Sports Illustrated all the way through. I would read all the articles. I wouldn't just look at the photos. I would actually read about it, and I would rent out books too at the library downtown Akron. I would read basketball encyclopedia books about the game, just trying to learn the history. So to see what Mike and those boys were doing in the '90s, from the early '90s all the way to the mid '90s, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, we just seen it kind of from the Golden State Warriors, what they were doing, and that kind of resembled that, But to do it at that time, so many different obstacles they had to go through to retire and come back and do it again. It was an unbelievable run for those guys, and pretty much, and they kept the whole group together, pretty much making one or two different changes throughout that 6 year or that 6 championships. Two more. I think he's a really good, talented player. Obviously he's been injured a lot this season, so I haven't get to see him as much. We haven't got to see him as much. He's been injured in and off out of the lineup with Washington, but tall, good strength to him, good feel for the game. Very poised. You could tell that he spent some years in college, to kind of develop his game. So that definitely helps when you get to this level, and I think he's going to be a really, really good player in our league. Well, let me give advice to a little girl instead of my daughter, because I don't want my wife to hear that, because she's like, it's not happening. But I think, it's not about a little girl or a little boy or whatever the case may be. If you want to play, then you got to put the work into it. You got to put the work into it, and there really can't be much excuse. You don't need much to play the game of basketball. My first basketball hoop was literally was a crate, a milk crate that I cut the bottom out of it and nailed it to a telephone pole. Just play it as much as you can, learn about it as much as you can, watch it. I was watching the game of basketball a lot too when I was a kid, when I wasn't able to play it, just trying to learn from the best, seeing the intricate parts of the game, how important the bounce pass is, how important the chest pass is, how important, just being a great teammate and things of that nature. So this game is the most beautiful game in the world. And it gives back to you when you commit to it and you put all your passion and your love and your joy and your cry and everything. So I wish that little girl the best, and I hope if she's playing right now and she's 13, 14, whatever years of age, I hope that she continue to be great and she can inspire my daughter. So much respect to women's basketball too. Appreciate it.